What's good people? So I watched the Roland Martin interview some more last night after I got off the live, and I watched it again. And I watched it again, and sometimes it takes you a couple of times to. It takes you have to watch something a few times for you to really grasp all of what's been shown in front of you. And so when I watched the Roland Martin interview several more times, it's something that I noticed. I was trying to figure out why Roland seemed to want to tear this young black man down for basically saying we need to educate our own people and we need to do for our own selves. We should be very reliant upon each other and less reliant upon the government. And I was, like I said, I was trying to figure out, okay, why would he be upset about that? Why would he be bothered about that? Because every river has its source. And here's what I seen. Roland Martin was mad. He was mad at the young man because the young man said that black people need to do for ourselves and don't rely on the government. Now, of course, I just said that, and that's what was being said, but I have to put emphasis on that. He was angry because this young man said we need to rely on ourselves, not the government. And Roland took offense to that. Like, Roland took offense to that. I would think someone of Roland's ilk, who's been in all the political circles, I would think that he would understand. But he did. He truly understood. Um, the reason why Roland got offended is because what it sounded like to Roland Martin was this young man saying, we need to exercise black independence. Roland doesn't want us to be independent. Roland wants us to be reliant upon the government. That's what Roland wants. He wants us to continue to hope and pray and wait on a system that has never been for us to begin with. And what he heard that young king say, his name is King Randall, which is appropriate. What he heard that young man say was that I'm not going to do that. And that's why he got offended. And that's why he tried to challenge the validity of the young man's logic. That's why, and I had a family member try to do me like this one time. When they don't like what you're saying, they try to challenge your intelligence. And the young man acknowledged throughout the video that voting may be a way, but voting's not the only way. So what I'm telling our people, okay, you can vote, but let's go out and do some things ourselves. And all that Roland Martin heard was this man say, let's exercise black independence. And I'm not going to make this a long video today. Not at all. Because I really don't want to, take my focus away from what I'm doing at this point in time. But it brings me to a point. Because there was a lot of gems that day. 21 years old, man, just impressive. It's a lot of gems this young man dropped. A lot of gems. He said something. Young man said that, and I don't want to quote him, but he said something to the effect of, "I'm fighting for black boys while they're alive," and that was like a hard statement to say. That was like an explosion bomb because everybody wants to fight on behalf of black men. Really, that's not true. No one wants to fight on behalf of black men before we die. everybody wants to profit off black men's death. The Black Lives Matter movement and all those jokers. They just want to profit off our death, but they're not really for straight black men. But for him to say that means he acknowledges no one is doing anything for us as young black men. But let me go into my larger point and reason why I decided to make this video this morning. The fact of the matter is that our community, we're not even a concubine of America. At least a concubine. We at least a concubine has some rights. We like America's mistress. We like America's mistress, and our offspring are America's bastard children that it doesn't want to acknowledge. And what do mistresses do? Side chicks, what do they do? They're always trying to convince the man to leave his wife. And he never does. He makes all these errant promises that never come true, but he never leaves his woman. And the side chick, she want to cause turmoil for the wife. Wife ain't did nothing, but she want to cause turmoil for the wife. She want to gripe and complain because she's a fool, because the man is only using her. And what he's effectively told her is, you're not worth it. I'm not going to leave my wife for you. We just, we doing what we doing. We having fun. And that's what black people are to the United States. We are the side chick. And especially to the Democratic Party, we're the side chick. And you have a significant amount of our population in the African American community that has that side chick mentality, which is, I'm a beg, I'm a gripe, I'm a complain, I'm a yell, I'm a hope and pray that you're eventually going to give me what I am asking for. And the man usually never does. He never does. And that's a significant amount of our population in the African American community. That's how we are with the United States government. We keep asking and begging and hoping and praying. And America is saying no. But when it comes time for votes, who do they come to? And so when you tell that side chick, if the side chick comes to you and you tell her, man, leave Buddy alone, she'll get mad at you. She'll get mad at you. When you tell a woman, sweetheart, this man's never going to love you. If a man wanted to marry you, he would go ahead and marry you already. You think he going to leave his wife? When you tell women stuff like that, guess what they do? They get mad and they stay right by that guy's side the same way Roland Martin and others of his ilk do. And it scared him to hear a young black man, because what really made him afraid is that he's afraid that that young black man is going to rub off on other young black men. And when that young man rub off on other young black men, it's going to create a whole generation that is independent of the United States. They're going to be a nation within a nation. If they stay in this nation, they're going to be a nation within a nation. And that scared Roland Martin, because you have that young man with the ability, and please believe other young black men are going to look at him, and other young black girls are going to look at him, and they're going to follow that example. That's the power of being in your youth and submitting yourself to something that is bigger than you. It has the ability to impact those in your same age group and those coming behind you. And that's what Roland Martin and his ilk fear. that young man is going to influence. I'm just Gerard. I'm just kind of going over the Roland Martin video that I did yesterday. I'm just doing a brief recap of something that I seen. I watched the video a couple of more times, so I just going over that. Just giving my thoughts, and it's gonna be a real short video. It's not gonna be a long one. Matter of fact, I'm probably gonna wrap this one up in the next 2 to 5 minutes. But that's what Roland Martin fears. He fears, and him and the people like him, they're afraid that young man is going to influence others to not take voting as seriously, because that young man said, we've been voting for years and nothing has changed. So I'm telling our people, we can't rely on the government. That scares people like Roland Martin, because they need the numbers. They want Black people to just vote, especially vote for the Democratic Party, without actually demanding anything in return. As I said, yeah, he a clown. Yeah, Gerard, he a clown. he doink, dink, homie. He all them. Well, he ain't homie. He a clown. Roland Martin a clown. But yeah. So they don't want Black men. They don't want Black men, especially young Black men, saying that I can't rely upon the government. That's not what they want. That's why when you had during this last election cycle, when you had Black men talking about voting for the Republican Party because they couldn't see themselves voting for Joe Biden, everybody was up in arms. Despite the fact that I think still about 80% of Black men voted for the Democratic Party, they were mad at the 20% that didn't vote. They were mad at the 20% that didn't vote, because the African American voting bloc is what propels the Democrats to office. That's what propels them to office. And like I said, we the side chick, man. And when Roland heard that young man saying that, it made him afraid. It made him afraid. Like I said, my solution is a bit different, but I definitely applaud a man saying it don't matter where we at. We're going to be a nation all unto ourselves. But Roland Martin didn't want to hear that. He didn't want to hear that dude saying that, because it scared him. Okay, we're going to lose numbers, and you're going to have the ability to impact other people and say to those other young Black men and women not to be relied upon the government. We can't have that. We can't have that. That's why when the man said he's conservative, he immediately challenged his position. That's why he started to say, when the man said, hey, we're doing for self, he tried to link it back to the government. This is what Roland Martin tried to do. Be intellectually dishonest. That's what he was doing. But yeah, that's what just a quick thought, man. I'm gonna get off here. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and y'all stay good, stay blessed. Shalom.